I was going to ask her what's up with her counterparts on the women's side. We've had men's Final Fours here. We have not had a women's Final Four. And I was leading up to it with why do they like Houston so much? Because the main reason the men keep coming is because of what they love so much. How come the women haven't figured that out yet?
Oh, boy. How can I?
And hear me, when I say the women, I'm talking about the leaders of the women.
Right. I'm trying to figure how I can answer this politically savvy.
Okay.
I don't understand it. Okay. And I've been a part of committees. I've worked with the Sports Authority, more than 10 years. Oh my gosh, going back 15 years to try to get a women's Final Four in Houston. Made progress. I was part of it when didn't even get past the opening round when it was like 10 cities bidding. Didn't get to the final round. And I've seen Houston progress step by step to get to the Final Four consideration as a host city for the women's basketball Final Four. Okay. Man, I'm not going to name names, okay? But you and I and colleagues and people in the city, officials, we are baffled why the Women's Basketball Committee has not, sometimes I wonder, looks like they will not pick Houston to host a women's Final Four. And let me say this, okay? For folks who may be tuning in from outside of Houston. The men's Final Four, 2023 will be the third time Houston hosts the men's Final Four in the last 12 years. 11, 16, 23. Okay? I got you, Willie Gibson. I got you working on that too. So 3 times in 12, 13 years for the men's Final Four. Downtown for the men's events is where it's going to be for the men. But the games, semifinals and the final, how far would you say NRG Stadium is from downtown?
So it's a minute. It's a ways. It's
20 minutes?
20 minutes easy.
Okay. So that's miles, 10, 15 miles.
Right.
Okay, whatever. But it's still here. 3 times.
Yeah.
Contrast that what it would be for a women's Final Four in Houston. Game would take place at Toyota Center, downtown.
Right, in the heart of the city.
The heart of downtown, within walking distance of the convention center, hotels, restaurants. The hotels downtown are big enough. My man, when I tell you, I'm not going to name the brand, but Houston has 2 hotels downtown that I think have capacity of 1,000 rooms each. Okay?
Yeah.
I've attended women's Final Fours in other cities where the hotel capacity is 400 rooms.
Right.
400 or 500, maybe 500 tops.
Yeah.
And that was still selected to host a women's Final Four.
Yeah.
Houston, 1,000 hotels twice. Convention Center, Metro Rail, all these things, and they still have yet to pick Houston.
Right.
I don't understand
it. And they've come close. Haven't they been in San Antonio?
Been in San Antonio a lot. They'll be in Dallas a second time in March. Well, next year. So San Antonio probably posted 3 or 4 times. Dallas twice. So they've been to Texas. So they like Texas for women's hoops. And at one point, when the first time they said no, I thought it was because of the lack of attendance in H-Town college teams. That's what I thought initially. That's not the case.
Yeah.
That's not the case because some of the cities they've chosen is worse than locally.
Right.
So I don't understand it. The Aggies have been involved as the quote unquote host school. The Aggies, women's hoops, won a national championship. Okay, so they got cachet, and they still won't pick Houston to host a women's Final Four. So in some way, somehow, I'm not sure how they can do it without getting in trouble, but I'm trying to nudge, prod, poke.
I'm glad you said that.
Coach Huey, Coach Finney, Coach Edmonds, Coach Skeet, the local area schools, to just publicize. Why can't we get a women's Final Four here in Houston?
Right. Because I'm I'm glad you said that because I was about to mess it up for everybody. I was about to go straight Lizzo. I flipped my hair back, check my nails. Baby, how you feel? Feeling good as hell.
Yeah.
If they don't want us, then walk your right out the door. I mean, come on, Doc. It don't make no. You San Antonio, you 3 hours away. You Austin, Dallas, you 4 hours away. You can't come to the city that's got it going on.
And Dallas is probably more driving involved.
I know.
In terms of getting to the arena than it would be for Houston.
Yeah.
In terms of cities they've chosen,
yeah,
the closest city I've seen that is comparable would be Tampa, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But Houston, I mean, you could walk to everything.
So let me ask you this. Is that the Sports Authority? Is that the Convention Bureau? Who needs to make that call and say, yo, we want to bid on the women's Final Four?
I'm not sure they're going to anymore.
Okay.
Because they are baffled, frustrated. They don't get it either.
Right.
And like you said, because let's be big about it. 3 men's Final Fours.
Yeah.
Part of the hosting World Cup.
Yeah.
Super Bowl. How many times? Twice?
2. Yep.
We'll be hosting the college football playoff in 24, right? That's coming up, right? I think, yeah. So all these other major events have chosen Houston, and I'm gonna throw a rock, pebble, boulder, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Most of those events are bigger than the women's Final Four.
Yeah.
So those big time events have had no issues with Houston, but women's Final Four committee says, well, maybe not. Okay, well, just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
It's
not something dumb and political, is it? It's not. They got an
I
issue
have no idea, bro. I've tried to find out. No one want to give me an answer, off the record or whatever. I'm just trying to get it make sense to me.
Listen, Greg Abbott, if you playing some games, Ted Cruz, if you playing some games, what's some other 2 boys up there? If they playing games,
Dan Patrick, whoever.
Avoid this city. I'm just gonna tell y'all need to stop. Y'all don't want your little re-elections. Now do something for everybody in the city and in the state, not just your people. So,
and I'm gonna put it on Mayor Turner, the city council, all these other politicians locally too. Have you thought about it? I mean, just take time to think about it. Damn, why can we get all these big time events, but cannot get a women's Final Four?
Yeah.
Man, I mean, there's got to be something going on there that I don't understand, that I don't get. And I love college basketball. I enjoy covering women's college basketball as well. But my passion for covering it doesn't pay my bills.
Yeah.
Okay, so at some point soon, I'm going to move on.
Yeah.
Because as long as Coach Kelvin Sampson is at Houston and that train keeps rolling down the track, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
I got you. Let me take a break. We'll come back. We'll put a bow on this one.